Right, Deb, ready to go live?
Yeah, ready. I think.
Perfect. Sure?
Yeah.
That'll do.
Go for it.
Hey, good evening.
It's Friday.
I'm Andy.
And I'm Debs.
Stay tuned.
It's Codes of the Unknown.
Eight, seven, six, five, four, three, two, one, zero.
Hello. We're ready. We're ready.
We're ready. We're here.
Right. So, should we start? Sorry, I've just been eating crisps and all stuck in my teeth.
Yeah, I know. Stop.
And I'm wearing them.
Having a crisp off.
I lost. Right. So we have sorted out our first ever meetup.
Have.
I've done a submission form on the webpage. It's on the first page. I only want you to fill it in so that we have a rough idea of how many people are going to be coming.
Yeah.
If you are coming, it needs to be done by the 23rd of. Is it 23rd of May?
Yeah. Yeah. And that gives us about 3 weeks. 3 weeks.
Yeah. So the meetup's on Saturday the 11th at 12 o'clock. Saturday 11th of June. That'd help. Could have been any month, couldn't it? It's going to be around the Nottingham area. So I'm just reading it off the phone now. So if you could fill it in by the 23rd of May at midday, then we can get numbers together and then arrange where we're going to meet. Because there's only a few, it doesn't really matter where we go. No. But if there's like, imagine if there's like 20 or 30 people wanting to go, then we need to find a location where there's stuff going on.
Yeah, definitely.
So, yeah, if you can do that, and sorry, 1 second. I've put on the form, in the bottom bit, if you can tell us if you're coming on your own or you're bringing other people with you. So just, I said, can you tell us if you're coming on your own? So just put, in that bit, just put me and 2 others or just me or whatever. Then we can sort all the numbers out and get a total and then work out exactly where we're going to be going.
Yeah, because we've got a couple of locations in mind.
Yeah. It is going to be around the Sherwood Forest area.
Yes.
But there's about 12 different locations from the postcode that Deborah sent me.
Yes.
Did you know that?
No.
Got the postcode, it just went.
Oh, yeah. I think it's because it's just classing the forest as one thing.
Yeah, because it's got all the different, I suppose it's stalls or something. Like little shops or whatever that you can go to.
Yeah.
But, sorry, just let me close that. Yeah, so that's going to be on the 11th of June.
11th of June.
If you can let us know as soon as, and then we can get everything in place. But that's a definite.
Yes.
Doesn't matter what the weather's like, just bring an umbrella.
And don't forget to bring a chair.
There'll be toilets, there's a cafe.
Yeah.
In our locations. I'm going to take food and money anyway, just in case, because I'm always hungry.
Andy eats his lunch at breakfast time, so he's going to need to take money with him.
Yeah.
He'll have eaten his lunch before he leaves the house.
I've eaten it the night before. Yeah, so chair, whatever you want to take. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to bring some of the equipment, some of the new stuff, so you can have a look what we do now. We do it. Should we go into how we're changing what we do?
Yes, go for it.
What literally just talked about.
Yeah.
So, due to phone signals and lack of it lately in a lot of the places that we go to, we're now going to be doing after next. Sorry, I just looking at the whiteboard. I rubbed everything off. There's nothing right on it now. So I've actually bought a desk calendar. So it's
Oh,
all right.
God. We've gone from post-it notes to whiteboard to desk calendar now.
I've still got all three. But anyway, so doing House of John next week, which is a haunted house.
Yeah.
There's going to be 4 of us doing that. 2 upstairs, 2 down. Setting the camera up in a couple of the rooms and the voice recorder and everything. Then we're going to swap round about halfway through. Next week it's at 10 o'clock. We can't get into the property till about 9:30, 9:45. It's going to take me at least 15 minutes to get set up. So it's going to start off 10 minutes. There's a pre-recorded interview that's on for about 7-8 minutes. But then when we go live, we're pretty much going to be there and ready to go.
Yeah.
So, due to lack of signal with the mobile phones and a lot of places that we go to, and we pretty much can't get a signal, most of the investigation is going to be pre-recorded.
Yes.
It's still going to be, there's going to be no editing other than me adding the start and the end of the intro onto it, maybe a bit of music to stop it being too boring. They're probably only going to be about 40 minutes to an hour and 10 minutes long. But we can go to a lot more different locations doing it this way.
Yeah.
And say like tonight, we were supposed to go Kingsthorpe and swapped it round.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's snowing here, so I went going out tonight in the snow and getting drenched and freezing. So it's like things like that. So say I plan to go on a Tuesday and the weather's really bad. It's like, I'll leave it tonight. Let's see what it's like tomorrow. And then Wednesday comes, it's like, oh, weather's not bad. Come on, we'll go down. Just do an hour's filming. A couple of days to edit it. Like put the music, not edit, but put the music and everything in. Job done. So there's still going to be the odd live one, probably one every other month. But this way, we still get the guests coming on. We still get to do the investigations.
Yeah.
I'm not having to swap and change everything about too much.
Yeah.
The last few days has been absolute nightmare. I was up till 11:45 last night. I messaged a few different people. There's a guy, I'm not going to give the name away just yet, but he lives in Australia. He's had a fair few books out. He can only do, because they're 12 hours in front, he can only do weekends. So I've had to change Craig Bryant coming on.
Yeah.
Swap it with this guy and then swap somebody else around. And I don't want to do that anymore. So there are going to be a few guest streams that are going to be pre-recorded as well. But that is only going to be, probably can count on one hand how many of them we're going to do. So it's mainly going to be, I'd say 95% of investigations are going to be pre-recorded. Just due to location and weather conditions. That's it.
Yeah.
It's the only reason.
And signal.
Signal, location. Yeah, that's what I mean. If you're out in the middle of nowhere, like when we did Calmarsh tunnels, as soon as we went in the tunnel, the signal went. We couldn't go all the way through, and you guys missed that. I've been there a few times, and some of you might not get a chance to go out and go to places like that. It's literally a 15-minute drive from my house.
Yeah.
And it's even though it's only an old train tunnel, it is pretty fascinating. So if we go when it's dusk, because it's getting light at night, it's just going to be better, and you're going to see what we see.
Yeah.
And you're not going to get, right, we're going to have to drive to another location because we've not got a signal. We've had to do that a couple of times. It's a ball ache for us, and I can imagine it's not very enjoyable for you that's at home watching it.
Watching you clambering in and out.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's just, to me, it's crap TV.
Yeah.
Or crap YouTube, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
So that's the main reason. And we have been thinking about it for about 6 months.
We've discussed it a few times over the last.
And it just wasn't, at the time, we didn't have these guests coming on at the time. So it didn't really matter. We could jump from one location to another. But now that we've got all that, and I'm not having to rely on so many people now, not being horrible, but Richard, he's not in good health at the moment. So I was kind of like getting him to come out to use his EMF reader, and you know what I mean? And I felt bad doing it,
Yeah.
but he had some of the equipment that I didn't have, and vice versa. But I like him coming out. He's a really good guy to go investigating with.
Yeah.
But it's just, I don't want to drag someone out that's not feeling up to it and that's in agony. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know what it's like as well. It's like when I have my half days when my back and my neck are playing up, I don't want to go out and do anything.
No.
So it's that. It's more, they're the things that have made it go from live to pre-record. And what we'll do with that, we'll do that as a premiere. We've said either Sunday or a Wednesday evening, haven't we?
Yeah, we have, yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
because
it will probably be.
don't
'Cause
clash with everybody else then.
Yeah. But I think on a Sunday, Sunday would be better because it like ends the weekend off.
Yeah.
Hopefully on a high and not crap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's something good. So yeah, and just the only thing we can do is try and then
Yeah.
just go from there. If it works, then it's another step forward. If it doesn't, then we just have to think of something else that we could do.
Yeah.
But I can't see it not. I think this will work a lot better than
Yeah.
how it has been working. It just
Well, it's
gives
all
us,
down and error, isn't it?
yeah, it just gives us that little bit more freedom and more, like I said, more areas to cover, better places to cover.
Yeah.
Because if we go somewhere that's underground, you're definitely not getting a signal.
No.
So,
But you'll still get to see it when it's videoed and put out.
Yeah, because that's it. But there's a thing on my phone which is, I don't know if it's going to be good for you, but I'm going to try it anyway. I've got on the camera, it's called Director's View. So it's a picture-in-picture. So it's PIP. So
Yeah.
you'll have the screen. You'll see what I'm looking at, and in the top, whichever corner I put it in, you'll see me. So you'll be able to see my reactions.
Right.
Now you can't do that on the live stream.
No.
You can either have front-facing camera or rear-facing camera, and that's it. You don't get any of these multiple options. So on the director's view, you can have it half and half like we're on the screen now, or you can have it like you've got the rabbit in the top corner. So imagine that's the full screen, you've got the rabbit's head there. That would be me. So you'd be able to see.
Yeah. Your reaction to what you're looking at.
Yeah. So that's if I do pre-record. Or if it is a good signal, we're going to do a live stream, but record only. So it'd be like this.
Yeah.
But you lot wouldn't be able to chat. But when we premiere it, both me and Deborah would be in the chat anyway. So
yes.
Yeah. So that's it. So
superb.
Fingers crossed. I hope it works.
I know. I need to be. I've got all that going on the back of my phone for my camera. I need to be looking at my camera settings. Yeah.
That's why I got them amazing pictures of the moon with the other week.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to fiddle with my camera. I haven't really looked at it since I got my phone. So
yeah. Go on YouTube.
Yes, YouTube.
Yeah, that's the one. So before we start, I had a question for Paul Sinclair last night, and he couldn't find it. I was a bit good that he didn't ask it.
There were quite a few that he didn't ask Andy because obviously ran out of time.
Well, he got into it, but pretty much like I said, no, we've got to go. And we couldn't find. I couldn't even find what I wrote. So this is a question.
I'd sent it through.
Yeah, he sent it because he said like Andy sent this through, and it's about shadow people.
Yeah,
but he couldn't remember the question, and I was in the middle of talking to the guests that we've got coming on.
Yeah,
there's 2 guys in America and 1 in Australia that we've got coming on. So I'm having 3 conversations as well as watching that. Yeah, don't ask. I don't know how I did it. And guy in the UK is coming on as well. That's a definite. So it's all good. Anyway, so this is a question for you out there. Give you time to think about it, and you can tell us in the second half what your thoughts are on it. Could shadow people be remote viewers or time travelers? And that's why you see them phasing in and out. Even like the Hat Man or the Grin Man.
Yeah.
All these things that you see in the top corner, the people that are coming through the wardrobes and closets or that go back into the wall or the door. Could they be remote viewing? Or could they be time travelers that are passing back through our dimension or through our time? So I'll leave that one with you for now.
Yes, have a think. We'll
So
discuss
that's
it in the second half.
Yeah, so that's the first hour gone. Let's go for a break.
Yeah.
That seemed to take forever. That
I
was
know.
2 minutes. No, it took 2 minutes in my head.
Yeah. Same as all your stuff, Andy.
Yeah. Diving joke. Right, you ready?
Ready?
The news at 10.
Yeah. Excuse me a
Right.
minute.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Right. So I'm going first.
You're going first.
Right. So this has been in the headlines quite a bit. I think it is either Umber or Warren Castle that tagged me in it. And I'd been thinking about it for a while and it keeps popping up. I should be able to pronounce it now. I've got it written down in front of me.
Well, you
The
said it
tag-
earlier,
Yeah.
yesterday on phone, all right.
The Atlov Pass incident. Going to be
Impressed.
discussing this. I am. I've even highlighted it.
Well done.
Now I've been listening to a few podcasts this week just to refresh my memory on a lot of it, and there's some things that I hadn't heard of before. So I'm just gonna paraphrase a lot of the stuff because I'm not reading. How many pages? 14 pages out of 21. Yeah.
I just put that up while you were talking.
Right. It's all right. Yeah, just leave that up. That's fine.
Right.
So in 1959, 9 explorers that were all like at the highest level of like ski instructors and doing tutorial, went climbing a mountain over in is it Serbia? No, not Serbia.
Russia, wasn't it?
Yeah, what's that place? I had it wrote down. It's gone.
Has it disappeared?
Yeah. Anyway, you went climbing this mountain.
Siberia.
Siberia, that's it. I just got to say it's right on the American border.
American?
It's right on the American border, yeah, Siberia and Alaska. There's only like 2 mile gap between them. And in winter, it freezes over and you can actually walk across it.
Could have sworn Siberia were like Europe, but anyway, go on.
No, Siberia is like right on the Russian coast. That's where the international date line is it?
All right,
And
yeah.
It connects Alaska and Alaska and Siberia, so America and Russia. But when it's cold, it freezes over, and it's like a 2 mile ice bridge. You can actually walk across from one country to the other. So anyway, they've gone on this outing,
expedition
on the 1st and 2nd of February 1959. I'm not going to read all the names. You probably all know it anyway. And all the stuff keeps coming back to say it was definitely an avalanche. Now, on one of the podcasts, it came back that a couple of people, one guy had a broken jaw and like a busted nose and what have you, and this other guy had hurt his fist. Now, they kept records in the journal of what had gone on. Apparently, these two guys had a bit of a altercation, so they reckon that could have been from that. And 2 of the people that was found with next to nothing on, nearest to the tent, were stripped of the clothing. Now, they reckon that after they died, the others had gone back and got the clothes to keep themselves warm.
Right.
Now, the tent was ripped, for those that don't know, the tent was ripped open from the inside on the opposite side from where the entrance is to the tent, and they all fled. Now, there's skin found on these branches I think it's about 15 feet up. So there's either trying to climb up or trying to get the wood to start a fire. But something must have scared them that much for them to go running off in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Now, there's 9 lots of prints leading from the tent. Now, there was 3 different... sorry, 1 second. There was 3 different conclusions as to what might have happened. One of the guys could have been a secret agent and was supposed to be meeting up. He was part of the KGB and he's supposed to be meeting up with the CIA and swapping some information over or some documents. and it all went wrong, and they ended up like chasing people and killing them. Some of them got away
Right.
because the one guy that was had the broken jaw and that was found at the bottom of this ravine, where
Yeah.
two of the other people were three other people were found down there as well. The other one, because there's a lot of bright lights and everything in
Right.
being seen, and this picture here, was from the camera that was on a tripod, so it wasn't even moving. They've said it could be overexposure, but
Yeah.
they don't know. But obviously, there's a moving light on there,
Yeah.
so they're not sure what that is. The one guy who they checked his clothing for radiation, it was the bottom part of his jacket or his jumper, and are they called cuffs on the bottom of your trousers?
Yeah, sort of your turn ups, whatever.
Yeah. And they had radiation was picked up on them. But apparently he worked in some science lab where they use radiation. It's
Right.
like some nuclear bunker or something. Without going right into it, because it'd be here ages trying to find that. But them clothes, somebody else is wearing some of his clothes, so that's why they reckon it could be cross contamination onto somebody else's clothing.
Right. Yeah.
But leading up to the date that they went, and including the days that they were there, a lot of people in the area recorded seeing a lot of lights in the sky.
Yes.
But apparently there was some missile testing, so they don't know if any of it was rockets that were being sent up. And there's one of them. It'd go up and it explode in the sky, and then come down. That could be
Right.
and that could be what scared them, because they've seen all this stuff coming out, so they've gone running out.
Yeah.
And then shrapnel or whatever's hit them. The military didn't know that they were there, and then they've got them, and it's like, look, you're not supposed to be here, and we need to get rid of you. That's one conspiracy.
Yeah.
The other one was the aliens, and the third one is this photo. This one. So this was the last photo that was taken, because everything else after this photo was the film was damaged, so they couldn't make anything out on any of this. So to me that looks like a person.
Yeah, it does to me.
In the jacket and trousers, but nobody. Well, don't forget, this is back in 1959.
Yeah.
So they could have been chased by some reports of like mechanical humming noise.
Yeah.
Was heard as well. And these, let me find this next one. Katabatic wind.
I've heard of that. Yeah.
Well, I'd not heard of this before, and this is when wind rushes down a mountain. It comes and it makes a really loud humming noise, it's like the noise of a hurricane.
Yeah.
Because it's coming down, it's like a zoom noise.
Yes.
Anyway, I'm not going to try to say that again. So it could have been that, and because it was all advanced, like skiing instructors and all that, they might have thought there was an avalanche coming in. That's why they started to move off.
Yeah.
But there wasn't enough snow on top of the tent for it to be an avalanche. But the 4 people that was found, like the last 4 people that were found,
Yeah.
they was found on the 15. I think it was 3 meters, so 12 to 15 foot of snow. About 2 months later. Now, one person had had their eyes and tongue and lips removed. And there's about 3 or 4 of them that had had internal injuries. That is what would happen if you was in a car accident at 40 miles an hour. So as you hit, your organs keep moving.
Yeah.
But there's no outside damage other than the guy who had the knuckles, ripped knuckles, and the jaw and nose.
Yeah.
But they keep but they keep going back to the avalanche theory.
Mm-hmm.
But they've said that 3 times now. A lot of this is just minor detail about the names and where they're from and what jobs they did and everything.
Yeah.
date of birth and everything.
Yeah, but they were all in peak fitness, weren't they? It wasn't.
Oh
there
yeah,
wasn't-
they was at the top of their game for what
Yeah.
they did at that time. So it'd be like an Olympic medalist. There was that fitness level.
Yeah.
But they walked apparently they went off track. They went off track for about a mile and carried on going up. Now they had the option then to either turn round and go back down and go on
Yeah.
a more flatter area, or drop where they was. It was on a bit of a slope. Sorry, I'm just going to put this one up. As you can see, it's not like a 45-degree
No.
incline or anything like that. It's just a bit of a tilt. So they obviously they knew what they was doing, so they knew they'd be good to rest there, stop there.
Yeah.
But I know there's a lot of woodland as well around the area.
Yeah.
But there's apparently another thing as well. But I've only heard this on one thing, and I couldn't find it because I got all this off Wikipedia. That there was a lot of military activity as
Yes,
well.
I've
I
heard
know
that.
they'd been doing the rockets and everything, and that's what he said. A lot of the lights were that was going off. Yeah. So finding the remaining 4 travellers took more than 2 months. They were finally found on 4th of May under 4 meters, 13 foot of snow, in a ravine 75 meters away. Further into the woods from the pine tree, 3 of the 4 were better dressed than the others, and there were signs that some clothing of those who had died had been removed. Yeah, so they'd put it on, like, obviously to stop hypothermia.
Yeah.
So it's saying 6 of the group members died of hypothermia and 3 of fatal injuries. There were no indications of other people nearby on Kula Sikal, apart from the 9 travellers, and the tent had been ripped open from the inside.
Yeah, you see, that's always got me, why the tent was ripped open from the inside.
But apparently, first it was like a little rip that there's looking out of, because then there's another bigger rip at the side of it.
Yeah.
So then the victims had died 6 to 8 hours after their last meal. Traces from the camp showed that all group members left the campsite of their own accord on foot. Some levels of radiation were found on one victim's clothing, but as I said, he was working in one of the Russian labs, and he used to use radiation in whatever job it was. To dispel the theory of an attack by the indigenous Mansi people, some bloke, can't pronounce his name, stated that the fatal injuries of these bodies could not have been caused by human beings because the force of the blows had been too strong and no soft tissue had been damaged. So they hadn't even ripped through the flesh; it was just all the organs and the bones.
Yeah.
Released documents contain no information about the condition of the skiers' internal organs, and there were no survivors. But this was brought back up in 2019 by the Russian government, and they said that it was definitely, they're adamant it was an avalanche.
Right.
Reviewing the sensational Yeti hypothesis, American skeptic author Benjamin Radford suggests an avalanche was more plausible. So, for those that don't know, sorry, Deb, I have a Yeti, and there he is.
There he is, yeah.
So I think that is more plausible than an avalanche that you can see from the photos didn't happen. Because you have is it called like a landslide, but it's ice? So it's like a big sheet of ice comes down in one go.
Yeah.
And just like, probably it's like just slides right down and just takes out anything that's in its way. So the ground isn't moving. It's just like, imagine a sheet of ice on your roof, and then it just slides off and hits the ground.
Yeah.
That, but in a bigger area.
Yeah.
So, what do you think it is? What do you think happened?
There's loads of you you think of the story, and then you think of one thing, and then you think of another part of the story, and then you think of another thing, and it's a mystery. But I think there's more to it than just dying of exposure.
Yeah, I think it's something to do with the government of some sort. Whether that guy was KGB and is meeting up with the CIA, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it. Blue Shift just put a fuel air bomb. Couldn't think what it was.
A fuel air bomb, yeah.
Yeah. So that explodes, but if it lands on you, the chemical in it can kill you, but it dries up, so there's no trace of it.
No trace, yeah. It's like stabbing somebody with an icicle in it.
Yeah. And the shock wave can cause all the internal injuries without ripping the skin open.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Definitely don't think it's an avalanche. I think there's more chance of it being a Yeti. He's just fell over than an avalanche. But I do think there's some government involvement. Whether they was doing a training exercise at the time and they were just in the wrong place at the wrong time. That guy who was an agent, dog next door does my head in. That guy who was an agent, he's met up with these people and it's gone a bit pear-shaped.
Yeah.
And they've had to get rid of witnesses, so to speak.
Yeah.
Don't know. Wasn't there.
Yeah, weren't there, don't know.
But I'd love to know that that's one. This is like, after Mothman, this is like my go-to working out thing.
Wasn't one of the tongues cut out or something, or was that a myth?
No, the tongues, I think it was the top lip and the eyeballs were taken, but animals do that because it's soft tissue.
Yeah.
The birds, crows, I don't know what animals, rodents you'd have in a Russian mountain.
Well, you'd have I suppose you'd have stuff like Arctic
foxes. Like rats and.
Oh yeah, but in the snow like that.
Wolves. You have wolves in Russia.
Sorry, my battery's going to die. I better plug my laptop in, haven't I?
Oh. Yeah. So. Yeah, Joe's. But I think they saw something they shouldn't have seen and were killed because of it. So I'm heading after listening to the last, because I listened to 4 podcasts on, I think it was Wednesday, then printed all this off yesterday and read it last night. Yeah, the tongue was like, it wasn't ripped out, so it wasn't like an animal had done it.
No.
You know, just thought it was a clean cut. And the eyeballs, I know it's different because it was that cold. It was like dropped to like -15 or something like that at that time of year. There was no blood residue or anything around it. But then, if there's animals around there, would they go up and, because obviously the blood's going to be solid, and would they just eat it like a ice block?
Yeah.
Get what I mean? You're like, you can buy the frozen Daphne and bloodworm for fish, and you just drop it in.
That's right, yeah.
And you eat all like that kind of stuff. But I think it definitely wasn't an avalanche.
Yeah.
Not 100% that it was a Yeti. Aliens.
Sorry, I've got a top twin. Jason's wearing the same top as me, but his is green. Mexican hoodie.
Oh,
they're not warm.
I was going to say sombrero, but it's not. Say what's it? What's it called? What's it called?
Yeah, sombrero.
No, that's a hat.
The hat.
What's the?
Oh, poncho.
Yeah,
it's a hoodie with a pouchy pocket.
All right. I've just got a hoodie with a pouchy pocket. Yeah, I don't know if it's aliens. I think the lights were missile testing.
Yeah.
And I think they was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. But there was one guy that joined them. He was from another expedition, but they decided they weren't going, and he really wanted to go. And it took some convincing for them to let him join them. Anyway, after the next day, they all said, yeah, you can come with us. He got so far, But I think he had like a knee injury or something. So he's like, no, I can't carry on. I'm gonna go back. And it's just not for me. I'm not gonna be able to do it. But the guy who arranged it, he was planning on sending a telegram when they got back to the town where they set off from.
Yeah.
On, I think it was February the 12th, I think it was.
Right.
So I'm just looking. This wasn't in. You'd think Wikipedia would have all this information, but it doesn't.
You would think so.
Yeah. So he's going to send a telegram saying, yeah, we're all back safe and well. But then before they left, he said we might be there a few days more than what it is, so just bear with us.
Right.
But then a few years ago, didn't some other people go and do the same trek, and they've all gone missing?
Yeah, something like that.
And that was in the last few years.
Yeah.
And now they've just kind of like written it off, and some of it's now I don't know if it's classified, but you can't get access to any of the data.
No.
Which
is another oddity.
That tells you something on its own. I think.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So I can't believe I remembered all that.
No, I can't.
I
have to read mine out because I just can't remember anything.
Oh, I've got all that.
Yeah, that's a lot. I've only got a couple of pages, and most of that's like bumf.
I highlight the important stuff. But yeah, listen to the podcast. Just go on any podcast player and just type in Diet Love Pass Incident.
There's a lot of stuff about it out there.
Go for the ones that are around an hour to 2 hours, because they go into more detail about what went on and their theories behind it.
Yeah.
So
I did find that they did make a film about it all, like an ordinary movie. I thought that was quite good, but I think they did embellish a few bits. But
I've not watched that yet. Ain't that just a documentary?
No, they actually made a film. I've forgotten what. Joe, find out what the film's called, please. I've forgotten what it's called. But anyway, yeah, it's a movie they've made. So, he's disappeared and left me all alone.
Just give me 1 minute. I've just got to grab something. 1 second.
Yeah, I think they actually embellished the movie a little bit from the actual story, but it's the atmosphere that they've created within the thing that's quite good, like a sense of doom, and then the end bit gets a bit weird, but yeah, it's worth a watch.
Weren't that more of a documentary though?
No, it was a film.
Was it?
As in a movie film.
Oh, I'm sure there's a documentary.
Devil's Pass. Get that written down. Get it watched.
Devil's Pass. Give me something to do tomorrow. Like I don't have enough.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
At least I know my printer works. That was a bargain as well.
There is that.
700 quid printer for 15 quid.
I know, you can't go wrong. Bargain.
I believe that. Yeah.
Right, can I just break in here? Lottie. No, not Lottie. I Film UFOs. I'm going to put it in bits. So, are you ready? This is the first part.
What are we talking about, Deborah?
Lottie wants to pass her email address to I Film UFOs, but I've put it in and it's not coming up. Lottie's put it in 20 times, it's not coming up. So I'll do the first part. Then
you can't send emails on here. You've got to break it down.
Yeah, I am doing that.
You're not allowed to. Won't allow you to send personal information, like phone numbers, emails, all that kind of stuff.
First bit, then second bit. Just scroll back and forward.
You know what you can do? You can always send them to Jo Weeks, and she will pass them on. As that is her role in Code to the Unknown.
Yes, she's got a role. I think they've got it now.
And it's not a bacon one.
Oh, Warren's saying the film's called Dyatlov Pass Incident.
Yeah, I'm sure that's a documentary.
That might be the documentary, but there's definitely a film. There's a film, and I think it's what Joe said, it's Devil's Pass.
Right, just going back quickly to what I was saying before about doing the pre-recorded live streams. Warren, I've got your number. I'll message you. We need to sort out the Skywatch over in Dunstable. So let me know. It'd have to be probably bank holiday weekend or something. But I need to know when you're working because I don't work bank holidays or weekends or afternoons.
No. Or
Yeah.
anytime he can get off, actually.
I finished at 10:30 yesterday.
I know.
In the morning.
That's good.
Till 7. Full day. Won't tell anyone.
Oh, shh.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm
Yeah,
just.
so there's me, Warren, and Breaking the Clouds are going to go up and do Skywatch.
Yes.
It's basically London gliding centre, but it's in Dunstable, right
All
near
right.
Whipsnade Zoo. You can literally see it just across the hill. But it's really good. Love it around there. That's where I went for a walk the other week. I took a few photos.
Yes, Tino. Too quick.
This week has gone like that.
I can't fit stuff in that I can normally fit in. By the time I know where I am, it's dinner time, and then it's tea time, and then it's night time, and it's like rinse and repeat.
The dimensional shift.
There's something going on. But then time speeded up. When I was a teenager at school, I could lay in while dinner time and then spend all afternoon and evening with my mate, and I don't mean it dragged, it was horrible. We had loads of time.
Nice, yeah.
Time's got faster and faster and faster as the decades have gone on. It's just mad.
It's like in the summer holidays, we used to get 6 weeks off.
Yeah.
That used to last a lifetime.
It used to last 12 weeks.
It felt like it
Yeah,
used to feel like 6 months or something. You blink now and it's gone.
It's just mad. I don't like it.
And
I think they should stop faffing about with clocks every year and all. They only did that
leave
for
it
the
as
war
it
for
is
the
now.
farmers.
Yeah. Sheep aren't asked. We're not asked. I think there's
Right.
only us in America that do it.
Oh no, what's this? Hang on. Oh no. There we go.
Just quickly, have you noticed though, when you go to sleep and you wake up, it feels like you've had no sleep and it's about
Yes.
7 hours.
Yeah. I slept 9 hours and felt worse the other week.
I don't get what's going on.
No, I don't.
But definitely something going on.
Nellie's saying, have you seen the docu called Worse Than the Dyatlov Incident on YouTube? No, but I shall make a note of that.
I've heard of it.
I need to be looking. Oh, who's nicked me pen again?
Oh,
God, there's only me that has a frigging pen and anyway. No.
So yeah. Well,
I'm not allowed felt tips because I tend to lick them, so I'll be.
I'm not allowed crayons.
I eat
red
crayons.
ones don't taste like strawberry.
Or raspberry. Tried that.
And the orange ones don't taste like orange.
No, they don't. I don't like orange anyway. I used to avoid orange sweets when I was a kid.
And the purple ones don't taste like plum.
No, or grape.
Yeah.
Right, I've written that down now with my felt tip. I'm putting the lid back on so I don't eat it.
I've got a felt tip.
It's a double end as well. A fat end and a thin end.
Great.
I've still no idea what my pen is.
Right, I had a felt tip. I've not moved and it's gone.
Has Nala come in, picked you up and run off with it?
Yeah. It's not allowed in the bed. Oh, I found it. It's in front of me. It's hid behind my microphone. Don't worry.
Oh, okay.
Carry on. Nothing
there you go.
See.
Good advice there from Nelly. Take that on board.
Yeah. Don't eat the brown ones.
Spangles were bad enough when they were brown.
Like
Spangles all tasted the same.
Don't like liquid.
Keep a pen round on a string round your neck.
Yeah.
I managed to lose that.
I've got gloves with string that go right the way through.
Idiot mittens.
I know someone who had them and lost them. Don't ask. I don't know.
But I'd wait till she got one on and then pull the other one.
Found them a few days later and they were still attached to the roller's wool or whatever it was.
String.
How can you lose it through your arms?
I don't know.
Not got a clue.
No.
Oh. Anyway.
Don't make me laugh. Right, is it my go now?
Can do.
Oh,
Just before you do, yeah. So I spoke about the Dyatlov Pass.
yep.
Oh, it was toss up between that and Huska Castle.
Yes.
That's my next one. Is going to be Huska Castle. That is just amazing.
Just letting you all know in advance.
That's better than the Bermuda Triangle.
Can I sing the Bermuda Triangle?
Can you sing it?
Bermuda Triangle.
Oh, you're thinking
Mary
of
Bannilow. Mary
Was it?
Bannilow sang it.
Did it?
Yeah.
I don't
Not
know.
as though I know that. I don't like him, but I remember the song.
Coco Cabana. That's it.
Yeah.
It used to be on a Saturday night on 80s TV, whatever it was. Yeah, anyway.
I remember that.
Why are we talking about this?
I don't know. 80s music TV.
This
Loved
is
it.
why we need guests on, Deborah.
No, it isn't.
Oh.
We have a laugh when we haven't got guests on.
Can I throw a guest name out there?
I thought you weren't telling anybody what guests we've got.
No, just to keep everyone happy.
Oh, okay.
Spoke to Steve Mera. He's coming on in a few weeks.
Yes.
Chatting to him last night. He goes, yeah, definitely. Throw some dates in. So I did do. He come back and he's going to send me what he's going to be talking about.
Yes.
So that's the only one I'm giving away.
Yes. Superb.
So.
Right. So I'll just pop up a picture because I can't be with reading on the what is it? Where am I?
Excuse me.
Let me find. I've only just uploaded them, haven't I? Right. Are we ready? Joe will like this one.
Can't wait.
Okay.
Did you draw that?
I did draw that.
Are you lying?
You see, yeah, I'm lying, yeah. You see the basic face shape? That was the shape of the green man that I did, and I just coloured over it.
Yeah.
So
I've got that picture. Shall I show you?
No, it's all right. Just leave that one where it is if you don't mind. Right. So my story is about the land between the lakes.
Oh.
What?
LBL.
LBL.
Do you know I've never known what it stood for till now? I've only ever known it was LBL.
Yeah, land between the lakes.
Yeah. Well, I never.
So there's a rumour in Kentucky that of a dog man that's said to resemble a gigantic half-man, half-wolf that walks on two legs and has 5-fingered human hands ending in vicious claws. The creature is said to stand over 7 feet tall with massive crushing jaws and glowing eyes. There are several legends attached to the beast. One story begins with a Native American creature with the ability to shapeshift. Another legend speaks of a man who left Europe in the 1800s to settle in between the rivers. This man supposedly possessed a disease that turned him mad after nightfall. The disease was believed to be genetic and was passed from parent to child over the years. They remained in seclusion and didn't go to school or have the desire to socialise with others until one day when they went silent. Many believed the family had died off. An investigation in the early 1900s revealed that their homestead was vacant and abandoned. Then earlier accounts from French explorers and traders in the region speak of their being warned of a shadowy presence of a loup-garou by Shawnee fur traders. And a later legend claims that the monster is the spirit of a shape-changing Shawnee shaman. God, try saying that when you've had a few gin and tonics. Who was killed in wolf form by the inhabitants of his village for abusing his powers. His spirit is said to still walk the woods in search of revenge. Accounts of the creature from the early days of American expansion into Kentucky tell of hunters disappearing in the woods and of strange unnatural howls that echoed through the forests at night. At this time, bison still roamed wild in Kentucky, and hunters would sometimes encounter mutilated carcasses of these massive animals lying half-eaten in the deep grass, their throats ripped open by massive claws. Even now, with the efforts to restore the bison to Kentucky, the rangers and herd managers occasionally find calves missing. After one of the young ones goes missing, the herd is reputedly spooked for days, sticking together in the close formation that the animals use to protect themselves from predators. When it comes to modern sightings, there have been several reports of close encounters. Let's put that one on. Close encounters with the creature in modern times. One of the most frightening of these happened to a group of Murray State University students who were camping in the land between the lakes in 1973. A group of young men who were enjoying the woods on a warm spring weekend, sitting around a fire built by their VW microbus and just generally having a fine time. As the evening began drawing in, one of the students went off into the woods to answer a call of nature. When he returned to the campsite, he told his friends that he'd felt like something was watching him and that he had heard something sniffing in the woods. His friends said that he'd just heard a wild hog or some other animal. The student said he'd never heard anything like it before and grew increasingly nervous as the darkness gathered. As the night grew dark, the group started to hear shuffling sounds of something large moving in the fallen leaves. It seemed to be circling their campsite, moving incredibly swiftly. The boys became anxious. They shined their flashlights into the woods in the direction of the footsteps but saw nothing, and then the howling began. It was a wild, insane howling, like a wolf, only much louder than any wolf could ever be, and with an unnatural blood-curdling quality that made the howling sound almost like mocking laughter. It seems to come from everywhere around them, first one side of the circle of light around the fire and then from the other. Soon the terrified campers began to catch glimpses of a pair of glowing red eyes as they ran past. The terrified boys retreated into their Volkswagen bus and wisely decided not to stick around to get a better view. Tearing down the road, they soon saw they were being pursued and that a massive shadowy figure was racing behind them, barely visible in the bus's taillights. As the bus slowed to take a corner, they felt a massive jolt, and then it seemed as if something was holding the Volkswagen back. Giving it everything, they broke free and tore out of the forest and didn't stop until they were back on the Murray State campus. Back on campus, they found 4 deep gashes, like claw marks, torn into the metal of the engine compartment cover at the back of the bus. Another widely circulated story tells of the discovery of a bloody scene inside the motorhome of a family camping in the area in the 1980s. Police are said to have found the horribly mutilated bodies of a visiting family lying in their blood-soaked motorhome and the half-eaten body of the family's younger daughter lodged in a tree nearby. They're all said to have had distinctive claw marks. Apparently, as well, the 2 policemen that attended the scene threw up because of the woman had put up a really strong fight against whatever it was that had killed her.
I've heard that.
Yeah. The bodies are all said to have had distinctive massive claw marks. This incident was supposedly covered up by the authorities so as not to damage the tourist industry in the then economically fragile region. Evidence for and encounters with the beast between the lakes continues to this day. Experienced hunters shy away from the area, but those sportsmen who are new enough to the area to scoff at the legends often come home with tales of feeling as if they've been stalked in the woods. Deep holes like nests are often found dug in the woods, with tufts of long, coarsely textured greyish-brown fur found within them. Rangers in the park are routinely asked what the strange howling was that a camper heard during the night.
Do you want me to put the picture up?
I was just going to say, I didn't even put my 3rd picture up, did I?
I weren't sure when you was ready for doing it.
You could have swapped it over, it wouldn't have mattered, but yeah.
Right. So is that an actual photograph?
I'm not sure.
Oh, right. No, sorry. Them twigs at the front, it looked like it's an old photo that's been creased.
All right.
You see where I mean, where its head and body is?
Yeah.
Look at the length. If that's real, look at the length of its hands.
I know.
And its little finger is curling around like a claw where the thumb comes down.
Yeah. Well, there was, because I said to you earlier, one of my pictures had gone. I actually put 4 up, and one of them is an artist's representation of what it looks like, and the arms are really, really long like that.
Oh, sorry, I just put that up again.
Oh, yeah.
Because even opposable thumbs.
Like I say, I don't know if that's a genuine photo or not, but
even if it's not, right, they're supposed to have human-like hands.
Yeah.
So that tells me, obviously with the opposable thumb, that it's some kind of hybrid.
Yeah. Yes. It's all very bizarre.
It is. So what year was this?
80, it was 83 when the
Sorry,
family.
I didn't get the year from you. Sorry.
Yeah, it was. They'd pulled up to camp, and then apparently some more campers had seen the camper van door like flung wide open, and there was blood sprayed up the caravan or the camper van. So they called the authorities in, and that's when the police came and they searched for. They found.
Right. Yeah.
They found,
Yeah. Sorry, I remember.
The father had been killed.
There was that much blood. They couldn't believe it was only 4 people or something.
Yeah. And
it was everywhere.
There was evidence of they'd found the three: the mother, the father, and the son. And there was evidence of a daughter because there were a doll or a girl's dress, and she was found up a tree.
I was going to say, weren't some body parts found in a tree?
Yeah, she was partially eaten and then placed in a tree. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure it was the legs.
I don't know.
There's a lot. I heard something about this on Tuesday, Wednesday. It might have been when I was listening to some other podcasts, and as I'm flicking through, it's like you go like we do, go from one to the other and come back again.
Yeah.
So, but that was definitely something not human.
Yeah.
Yeah, iPhone UFO was asking me to start my Dogman encounter. Now, do you mean the Anubis one?
Yeah, that's a bit different.
Yeah.
A Dogman.
Yeah. But it's still a dog-headed thing.
Yeah.
One second. I haven't got the pictures on here anymore. Not that there's any photos, it's just the ones of the trees.
Yeah, you cleared them off, didn't you?
Bear with me a minute, because I've got them on the computer somewhere. I'm just going to see if I can find them. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Just ignore me, because...
Yes, Lottie, you could be right there. What if we are hybrids? What if when we go to sleep, we actually go off wandering out and about?
I hope not.
Spooky. Spooky, spooky.
Right, give me a second, guys. I've just
seen
found the folder with all my pictures in.
There you go. Nellie's saying, maybe ask Roger if he'll come on the show, read this case.
Yeah. Well, we are pretty much booked up until the end of July.
We are.
And that's only with 3 investigations going on.
Hey up, Tim. Big cat sighting in Manchester last week reported in press. I think I saw that.
I heard about that one. Wasn't that over near the airport? Was it over that way?
I can't remember now because I thought, I'll look at that later, and then like you do.
Yeah. Oh, 1 second, guys. Sorry about this.
Do you want to go to a break now, and while you look for that?
Then
we'll do it and we'll come back.
No, I don't think I've got them. What I'll do, I'll get them up on my phone and I'll just hold it up to the camera. Yeah, what we'll do then, because I don't want to be talking about something I've already spoke about, but was it iPhone UFOs?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's put the Anubis one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was near the airport. Yeah.
Lots of pussy in Manchester. Fair dues.
Saying nothing.
No. There can't be that much because Andy's moved down to Northampton.
I'm a southern soft there.
Right, yeah, we'll go to a break now then.
Do a break. Give me a chance to get these photos, and then I'll tell you my ancient dog story.
And any questions anybody wants to ask, think of them in the break and then bob them up in capitals.
And think of the question that I asked you at the beginning of the show. Please.
Yes.
What your thoughts are.
Yeah.
It's all right, you keep asking us questions. We need to start asking you. So.
Yes.
Only fair.
You need to be answerable.
See you in 2.
See you.
Hello. We're back. Right, I found 4 photos, but not the ones that put the ring round. Right, so
not your hula hoop ones.
No, got rid of them. It wasn't doing me back any good.
No.
So after I'd seen, I'd go start at the end and work backwards. So this is a. Let me get the lighting right. That's the woods where I seen it. So it was roughly. What was that? You can't really see it on here, but there's a tree there. It's covered in ivy. You can just see it at the You've got that one, and just behind it there. Because I was parked up when I took this photo, so I was at a different angle.
Yeah.
I was driving away from the woods. When I seen it, I was driving towards the woods. So it was there. So you can see how dense it is with all the ivy and everything on it. But you can see how dry the bark is on the trees.
Yeah.
So that's a bit of a clearer one.
Yeah.
Really hard to without getting the light on it.
Hang on a minute. Hang on.
You can see what the floor's like.
Put it on that. You might be a bit easier to see without me sat there.
So you can see. I thought the floor was a bit more like brush-like than what it is, but it's just more dry twigs and ivy. But yeah, so that was it. That's probably a better one because you can actually see the tracks that lead up to the farm. And I'm on the road there. I'm like half on the road, half on in the mud.
Yeah.
So you can see how far away off the road it was. It's probably about 30 foot.
Yeah.
So I'm driving along, going from one side of Kings Lynn to the other. It's about 25-30 minute drive. Come off the main carriageway because a lot of the jobs that I do are down farm tracks and that, and like middle of nowhere, literally middle of nowhere. So I'm driving along, and it's got like, I suppose like banking either side, and it's like sand rather than soil because of how close it is to the coast. Driving down, it's DPD van coming the other way. So pulling, he pulls in, we pass. Let on to carry on down. As I'm driving down, it was a sunny day. It was, I want to say, to hitting the end of November, to third to the last week of November.
Yeah, it was.
It was on like 3 or 4 weeks before Christmas.
Yeah.
And the wind is down because it's quite nice. It wasn't that warm, but the sun was like, it's like driving a greenhouse that day. So I'm driving along, and then as it's showing me as you can see how dry the trees are, I could see something stood in front of that tree, and it was in like high definition. So it was like a jet black colour. So you seen the picture of them trees. So I seen something like that. Not sharp. So this is just a laser pointer, but where it's not shiny on there, where it's more shadowy, that side, it was like that, but it had brown on it as well. But the brown markings were symmetrical. So like where the shoulders were, the top of the head, and there was something there. It wasn't brown, but I don't know if it was like a neck plate or something.
Yeah, like a breastplate.
The brown bit could have been, I suppose, body armor or uniform of some sort.
Yeah.
And the thing that got me the most about it, because I was driving a lot, and just seeing it, it was its eyes. I still don't even know what the colour is.
What he
It
said,
was-
like a ambery.
Yeah, a green, like nectar. Imagine someone's got a, like, the nectar fossils where they have the insects inside, like in Jurassic Park.
Amber.
Yeah, it's like that, but with a yellow tint to it, but
Right.
it was emitting its own light. So it was in. You can see it was in the woods. There's no way the sun was shining on it. The sun was. So I was going. Which way? Right, I'm just working out. I was going east. I was going west, so the sun was behind. So that was north, east. Yeah. So that south. So it was like southwest. So the sun was behind because it was at my 2 minutes to 12 was the angle that I seen it at. So it wasn't sun reflecting off it. I've driving lights on the van, not enough to reflect eyes. Not unless I had my main beam on. It was at night.
Yeah.
And it was and that was the first thing that made me see it was the eye colour, and that's when I noticed everything else. This is where you take the piss now, because the ears are on top of its head, not at the side.
Yeah.
It was more like, it looked like a Doberman stood up.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I could only see it from like the abdomen upwards, like the bottom of the ribs. Didn't see any legs. Now I thought there was loads of brush and brambles and everything in front of it, but going back looking at it, and I've been back about 3 or 4 times now, and I have stopped. I've not got out of the van because don't feel that brave.
Yeah.
You can clearly see. You can see from the photographs that it's not been cut back. It's just died, and you can see the new plants growing through it.
Yeah.
So whether it was stood behind something, but it was like it looked like a bodyguard, like the Secret Service when they protecting the president and all that. The way it stood, shoulders up, chest out, it was like that, like it was guarding something. Now, like I said, it could have had something in front of it because I didn't see any legs.
Yeah.
I didn't see it from probably midriff of the stomach down.
Yeah.
But it noticed me. It knew that I had seen it because
Yeah.
the thought that I got in my head straight away was, "Shit, he's seen me."
Yeah.
And I was like, "What?" It wasn't my voice. It wasn't any voice. It was just a fart. There was no accent or anything to it like that. And I was looking straight at it. So if I stare into the camera now, it was like that, looking straight back at me. It wasn't looking through me or past me or to the side. We made pure eye contact, and then it just vanished. It didn't phase. It didn't melt or smoke or anything like that. It just gone.
Yeah.
It was the muscles in the shoulder, the chest, the size of the arms, the neck was so thin. Because it's like you look at a bodybuilder, like massive torso, they have a thick neck. They've got to turn around, the neck's that thick, they can't turn the head.
Yeah.
Imagine Arnold Schwarzenegger with a pencil neck.
Yeah.
That'd be the equivalent. It'd be the equivalent to that. But obviously it wasn't that thin, but it was too thin for it to be a person. It just wouldn't. It didn't make sense. And then it's like it's there and then it's gone.
Yeah.
Didn't drop down, didn't go behind the tree, nothing like that. And it's like, what the hell have you just seen? And I'm driving along and I'm going through it in my head. It's like, did I see it? Was I just imagining it? And it's like, it kept going through the pictures inside my head of, like I said, what I'd seen.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I know I've seen it. How could I have seen a colour that I've never seen before? How can you describe something if I'd not seen it? And it was just, I couldn't tell if it had a long or short snout, but like I said, it just looked like a Doberman stood up on its back legs.
Yeah.
But there must have been, thinking about it now and going back looking at the area, there must have been something in front of it for me not to see its lower half, unless it had, like I said, it completely vanished. So maybe it hadn't fully materialised.
Yeah.
Maybe it was in mid thing of doing it. It noticed I'd seen it and thought, "Sack this, I'm off."
Yeah.
and then just went again. I don't know. And that was the only thought that got was, he see me.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I'm just looking for something because I want to know what.
Yeah, you're right. And
I want
then,
to know what people think of this.
yeah. And a few people have asked me, did you not get out and have a look? No, I'm not stupid. If I'd have got out and had a look, that had probably been the last thing I'd ever done.
Yeah.
Never seen again. Or if it had been found, I'd be in a body bag. And I ain't. Nah, not doing that. I know about investigating, but that's kind of under controlled conditions. We've got all the equipment with us. It's not just me there on my own in the middle of Norfolk. I don't know if anyone knows how big Norfolk is, but it's massive.
It's huge.
Yeah, but the weird thing is, so as I'm approaching it and it's on the left, it kind of like it veers off into a V shape,
Yeah.
and then the road goes around to the right. There's a farmer's field on that, as you could see, there were tracks. To the left of that, just before the woods, is a pig farm. There's loads of pig farms around Norfolk. It's pretty much every other field is a pig farm. As I'm going past, there's trees on my right hand side. As I got into the next village, there's another pig farm with all the like little corrugated metal tunnely type things that they live in.
Yeah.
But some of them have pigloos, so it's like a little round igloo. Obviously,
Yes.
the pigs, so I call them pigloos. It was in Ancient Rubies. That's where it was. It was in King's Lynn. I couldn't tell you. I don't really want to give the exact location away, but I think it was near. Is it Bagshot, or is that near Aldershot?
I don't know. I'm not really familiar with that area.
It's Bag something anyway in King's Lynn. That was one of the nearest towns to where it was.
Yeah.
And like I said, I've been past going the opposite way, but I've always slowed down and stopped. I was on the phone to you one time, wasn't I? So I'm going to take the faults because I'm at the same place now. It just, there's nothing there. I've never driven. No, it wasn't Bagshot then. I thought that was down there.
Yeah, I don't. I just don't know that area.
Bag something. I can't think of the name of it. I'll know it if I heard it. But anyway, I've not driven down there going in the same direction, like going west.
Right.
I've only ever done it going east. So maybe if I'm at that angle again. But like I said, I've slowed right down as I'm going past it and not seeing anything.
Yeah.
Love this photo. So
that's my
dog-headed man experience. I would go back to it. I would definitely go back to it.
Yeah.
But I won't go on my own. Definitely wouldn't go at night. There is a village right next to it. There's one just before and just after. I'd say within 2-3 miles.
Yeah.
But it is like a handful of houses. Yes, the psychic connection I had was when I heard it in my head saying, sorry, 1 second. When I heard it in my head saying, shit, he's seen me.
Yeah.
That wasn't my voice. I didn't put it there. It's like when you have headphones on, you listen to music and you hear it inside your head. It was that. But I just had the radio on at this point. So it wasn't anything. It was weird. I've never experienced anything like that before. Nicknames, put outfit, please.
I've got what outfit? Oh, what it was wearing? Well, he said like shoulder,
like rah skirt, leggings. I don't know. I didn't see it.
How do you know skirts?
Just guessing. It was definitely something on its neck, like a neck plate, and it come down because it's completely different colour to the rest of it. So it had the jet black and like the tan brown, but the plates and that you could see it was a different texture to its fur. Yeah. Like a dolphin has got short fur, and it's like it just looks pristine.
Yeah.
But they've got like cats have really shiny coats.
Silky, yeah.
It was near Barsley. Sure, it was.
I was just looking behind me because I thought that was an Anubis, but it's not. It's an Egyptian cat, but it's got like a big collar on.
Right. Yeah.
on
So
my
I'd
shelf.
like you're like the Egyptians that had the pharaohs had the neck
Yeah.
like that, and that was the first thing I thought was ancient Egypt.
Yeah.
Um.
Weird that it was in the middle of Norfolk, but yeah.
Oh yeah, but it was the markings were identically symmetrical. So
Yeah.
whatever was on the left was on the right.
Yeah.
I know that's opposite, but for the camera, it's the right way around. Whatever was on the left was on the right, and it was the same colour. Like one wasn't faded, and one it weren't silver and brown. It was like it was proper mirror either way. So
Yeah.
I just wanted to get out of there. Didn't feel comfortable. Didn't feel threatened, but the fact that it made a connection with me, I really didn't want to hang about.
No. Not a
No.
good idea. Right, before we go to my picture that I want to ask everybody about, Blue Shift says, Andy, did the lights in the graveyard only show up on the camera, or could you see them with your eyes last week?
Right. So, done a bit of research into this. It was the vehicles going up and down the road. So, you had two headstones like that. Yeah.
Yep.
It was more like that. So, the lower one was granite. The bigger one was had a polished surface.
Yeah.
So, as smaller cars were going past, they were hitting the granite one, so the light wasn't bouncing back. If it was a bus, a truck, or an SUV, it was hitting the top corner.
Yeah, it
of the
depended on the
smaller
height of
one.
the vehicles, didn't it?
So the higher the vehicle, more chance of hitting it.
Yeah.
And what give it away on that was because some were yellowy, white, orangey, and some red, and they were the cars going in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
So it was picking up the tail light. Sorry, I wish it was something else, but
yeah, but that if you don't go, you don't know.
Yeah, I could have lied and said yeah, it was orbs and got everyone dead excited, but we're not fake, so I didn't. If we don't see anything, we don't see anything. If we do, then we do. But yeah.
Right, people. I saw this picture years ago. I've seen various pictures of this and I've seen various videos, and I still cannot work out what it is. So, what do you think this is? That's been floating around for years as that picture. And the video. That's still from the video.
Is that Obama's bodyguard?
Yeah.
It's Obama's, isn't it?
Security men.
I weren't sure if it was Bush or Obama.
But that's a still from the video, but he still looks like that on the video when he's moving. He's looking round and he still looks like that. It's not a trick of the camera or anything. That is what it looks like. It's just that they've stopped that film there.
And he's not got any ears.
Nope. No hair, no ears. Nope.
No, it's as you can see, it's like a skull with skin on, isn't it?
Yeah, but he's got a very prominent chin.
It's like he's got a skin suit on.
Yeah. It's the most bizarre thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, I don't get that.
He's definitely, no, Blue Shift says he's not human. Definitely not human. Whatever he is.
Think it could be a cyborg?
I don't know. Or do
you know what? I've just made a connection, Deb.
Have you?
Right, you look at the shape of his face.
Yeah.
And you picture can't speak. You picture bench guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Same nose, same prominent chin.
Yeah.
What's saying he wasn't a reptilian or some sort of humanoid? Do you know what? Thinking about it, I know it sounds really stupid this now, but bench guy, I didn't notice he had any ears. I didn't notice his ears.
Did he have a baseball cap on?
Yeah, same as what I've got on now.
Yeah.
Obviously, I've not got the smallest of ears, but you can see my ears. But I don't remember when I was talking to him. I don't remember seeing any ears.
No. Now Ruby's saying she was told he was a test subject. A test subject for what?
From where?
From where? For what?
Has anyone seen Titan, the movie? It's on Amazon Prime.
No.
where they're conditioning people and giving them all these different chemicals and stuff so that they can go and live on Saturn's moon Titan.
Right.
And then there's like same sort of thing. They're like part of the army, US Army, and they're changing them so that they can. I think it's nitrogen or whatever gas it is around there, so they can change from breathing oxygen to nitrogen. And they can go and live and repopulate because it's the nearest planet, moon, or
Yeah.
in the galaxy. That's the nearest one to Earth. That's the most Earth-like out of all the moons and planets.
Right.
So they was going to send them there so they can repopulate.
Yeah.
Watch it, Titan. It's on Prime. Really good. It's a bit slow.
Right.
Might be a little bit boring, but just the whole thought process of it,
Right.
and that's what they look like.
Mm.
Same sort of thing, hidden in plain sight.
You see, I'd go more for human. Sorry, alien. Alien. I don't know. I don't know.
Oh yeah. But these were like reshaped, reformed, like reprogrammed.
Right.
So
Or
it'd be like
redesigned.
an astronaut going through all the G-force and they make sure they're mentally and physically fit
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
go to the pretend outer space. We won't go into that tonight. It's like that kind of stuff, just to get them ready to go and live on
Oh,
Titan.
I need to be finding that. I need to be seeing that reptilian photo that appeared on
Right.
20. Oh, right. Bear with me. I'll still be here.
Right, you're gonna look for that.
I'm going to go look for that.
I have nothing to say now.
Of course you have.
I've got loads. Yeah.
I need to be finding this.
Right. I want to do one on vampires, but can't really find anything other than what's in the movies.
Right.
Now, the only I was going to say evidence, but the only video footage that I've actually got is the guy in the clothes shop where he walks past the mirror. It's from CCTV.
Oh, yeah. Shoe
There's
shop.
no reflection.
Yep.
That's been out about at least, I'd say, 10 years. But it doesn't make any sense because everyone else is there, and to do that in Photoshop would take forever because you've got to, as he's walking past,
Yeah.
you've got to change every little pixel from in moving left to right.
Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly the same, and it's so hard to do. Just to make someone look slimmer in a photograph can take 2-3 hours.
Yeah. You see, I can't find an image of it. There's a video of it on YouTube, but there's no actual image.
Of the vampire?
No, of the reptilian.
Oh, the one from the Olympics?
Yeah.
Right.
No.
But
Yeah, I seem to have stopped watching YouTube lately, but I've watched quite a bit in the past of like reptilian shape-shifting celebrities and stuff like that. And some of them, people say, oh, it's photoshopped. But the people that have spotted these things have broken them down to, it's even less than frame by frame to catch it happening. And you're like, how I don't know.
Well, because I can record on my phone, I can record in 8K.
Yeah.
But so you can, because I do all the intro videos and all that, and when I'm editing them and putting the sound behind it, and then the sound effects and everything else,
Yeah.
it's like the countdown at the beginning of on the intro where it counts down from 10. There was no speak on that; it was just visual. I had to find audio to go with it and time it, so I stretch it out so it goes like 1.1 second, and then it goes from 0.1 and then it changes to letters. That's how far you can stretch it out. So you got like 1.1 D, 1.1 E.
Yeah.
And you do that and you get just to get it absolutely bang on. And just to put 10 countdown to 1 and then add it to the audio, and that probably took me 20 minutes just to get that spot on.
What, Joe? You've put Deb in a question mark. What have I missed?
You
I'm not
sent
reading
me
comments because
Facebook.
I've
No,
got my glasses on.
sorry, I'm not reading comments. I'm
There's
reading
also.
some. I'm not mean I'm ignoring anyone.
Oh, Joe sent it to me Facebook. Right, hang on, let me disappear again.
Yeah, Johnny's asked, what video is the bench guy on?
He's on
Right, bear with
the.
me, folks. It is.
Oh, there's a picture of him on the
Yeah.
doofer.
If you go on the website, I'm gonna keep pushing this.
Right, thanks, Joe.
Sorry, content. Right. It was the one that Ryan was on, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. We've got a. Yeah, that's a point.
Well, right.
Reptilians only glitch the background, not the background. The background never glitches.
Is it not?
No, if you watch videos, the background, it's just the person themselves that are glitching, not the background, which is creepy. Right.
So,
see if it's uploaded.
Right. So the video that bench guy is on, it is. Where's it gone? He's actually called Live on Location in Northampton, St John's Ruins in Boughton, then to Kingsford Cemetery. 22nd of April to 2021 it was done.
Right. It's on the we've got it on the website, haven't we?
Yeah, but if you go on the, you won't watch the full video because that's the one where the little rabbit, we could hear whispering and whistling and all that going on. Yeah, so 22nd of April last year, that one was done.
Right.
You'll see some gravestones in the top left corner. Then a lad with shaved hair, that's Ryan that used to be on here in the top right, and then Deb at the bottom.
Yep.
That's probably one of the best ones we did, to be honest.
Yeah, I'd say so.
I enjoyed that more than a lot of them because we had so much going on at both places.
Yeah.
And that was when Matt was doing it with us, and there's only us two. It's just me and him, wasn't it? Nobody else there.
And then the next time you went back, when you got the bloke cloaking behind the tree, that was
and I fell off the curb.
Yeah. Right, we've got the photograph now that we're on about. What the hell is that about?
What the hell? No, I've not seen that one before.
I have seen that one before. Yeah.
Why is no one else noticing it?
God knows. No idea. And that just does not look like a man in a suit to me. That's all very elaborate.
If anything, it looks like a gimp suit. If it was.
Yeah.
I'm told from my assistant.
Thanks for that, Joe. It's just not right. It's something not right. Mind you, that whole thing, wasn't that the satanic?
Because even so, the top bit to me looks like melted plastic.
Yeah.
But then if you look really close, you can see it's like hair, like it's trying to form into hair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a little bit.
And then you can see like the lip brow as well.
Yeah.
And even the eyes wouldn't be out that far unless that was all latex.
Yeah.
I was going to say even the guy smiling with the camera, but he stood in like to the side and like in front because the angle of it.
But there's quite a few of these that pop up every now and again, and people. There's one that's a crowd like that, but it's somebody actually sat and they look like they're trying to hide, and they look weird.
Yeah.
Basically, and other people around them are sort of concentrating on what's in front of them, like I don't know, say a theatre stage or whatever, or somebody speaking.
But do you think it could be like what we've experienced, where you can't see it with a naked eye and it only gets picked up on camera?
Possibly, yeah.
Because that does happen a lot. Like with the lights last week, yeah, I know we debunked it, but it's happened before where I've been looking and I've not seen it. I've looked at the camera and then I've seen it.
Yeah.
So
it's just there's a lot of really.
I've never seen that before.
Really odd thing. I've seen it before. I just forgotten about it, but yeah. When I saw the picture, I saw the picture on the video thing for YouTube. I thought, yeah, I have seen that before.
Yeah. Joe, can you stick it on
Oh
both
God, yeah.
Facebook groups, please?
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
What's that?
News reporter has shot his tongue out like a lizard frog tongue. He was reporting, and this fly came past, and he went like that and caught the fly with his tongue, and then tried to kind of hide it with his script. Yeah. Yeah, weird.
Very.
He realised what he'd done, sort of like immediately, and then tried to kind of hide it. Yeah, weird. But there's like, I won't mention a name, but one of the ex-presidents of America, his wife, who also ran, there's a picture of her spitting something into a glass, and the tongue looks really weird.
Is it?
Something not quite right. It's like she's coughing something up.
The pair of them look like they've been dug up.
Yeah.
Sorry, Deb, I've got some echo on your end.
Have you? I don't know why. I'm not doing anything. I can't hear it from my end.
Just let me check. No, stop doing it now.
Yeah. Right there, Anthony.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff around that.
I would like to see a reptilian. Just for that self-proof.
Yeah.
I wouldn't like having a fight with him or anything like that. No. But just like across a room or something. It's like the time I seen that the one in the shopping centre, which was, is it Palladium?
Yeah.
I'm not told this because I'm going to speak to Philip Kinsella about it. But this person was who?
Palladium, is it?
Palladium. Is it Palladium? Yeah. Yeah. Palladium. Tomato. One of them, innit?
There you go. How do you know you haven't seen one already?
Oh yeah. Cheers, Joe. Just brought on the group. Yeah, so I've seen this one in the shopping centre. Down south. That was a female, but she was like 6.5, 7 foot tall. Bluest eyes you've ever seen. White to silver colour skin, and her hair was bright white, short. And the people that she was with just didn't fit in. It just didn't make any sense. And pretty much we stood outside McDonald's deciding what to have to eat. So I looked down to check some, I looked back up, and she was gone. The other people that were there were still there, that she was with were still there. But it was that busy, you would have seen where I was stood, you would have had to walk past me.
Yeah.
Or I'd say walking in the opposite direction. Couldn't go anywhere else. And there's no way she was hiding because she was like a foot taller than everyone else in there. So that was well weird. But
yeah. There's also been like there was a newsreader whose eyes flicked. It looked like
a lot of that.
She's got eyes painted on her eyelids.
But the thing with that is, if you've got TikTok, you've got all these different filters now where you can do it. You can even make you got a photograph of someone, you hold your camera up to it, and you can make it move and what have you. So
the one I'm on about was before TikTok.
Yeah, no, I know, but you don't know if somebody has done not Photoshop, but just added something onto it. I'm not saying they have, but it's just a bit questionable. That's all. Excuse me. I'm not 100% convinced on that with the eye shifting. I'd like it to be real.
I don't know. I've seen quite a lot of stuff like that you just can't get your head around, and you can't say, yeah, somebody's messed about with that. There's a bloke giving a speech, and he's going black and white, and he's nothing around him is going out of focus or glitching. It's just him, and you can see like this reptile, like neck and face that appears on him, but everything else is fine.
Is that where he has a crease in his neck and it goes all funny?
It goes like black and white, reptile-looking type skin. It's
No.
really odd. He even kind of gets big. It's like his face gets bigger, his head. It's bizarre.
No, I'm not doing that.
And then there's another one where a woman's being interviewed. I think it's somebody famous. It's on one of these Good Morning shows in America. Can't remember who the hell it is. And they're talking to her and they're trying to get her to realise that she's shape-shifting. The two presenters are trying to tell her, but sort of like in code, you know, how do you think you've changed kind of thing? And she's going, well, and her face is just all going out of whack. It's weird stuff. Fascinates me though. It really does fascinate me.
Yeah. No, it is. Yeah, it's very interesting.
I've seen that.
Have you?
Yeah, I've seen that's really weird. I'll have to find that. Leave me with it. Leave it with me.
Yeah, this is true, what Tino says.
What's that?
Only if you witness this in reality, it is credible. Otherwise, don't trust what you see on TV.
Well, yeah. That's true, Tino. You're right there.
But, yeah. So, one of my next questions is, I was reading somewhere, I heard it, black-eyed kids.
Yeah.
That they could be reptilians.
Yeah, I've heard that.
So would that make sense?
I don't know. Right, let me see.
What do you guys think?
It's a pretty old photo, that. Wait a minute. Codes. I'm saving them all to codes. And then I can upload. Right, I'll try not to shut StreamYard down as well this time.
Okay. Yeah, just close the one window.
Yeah.
I have messaged direct David Icke. About coming on. I know he does do streams. I think I said this last week. He did it on his webpage. So maybe he might get in touch. Don't know.
I've just
imagine.
I've just found the still of Benchman if you want to put that up while I'm uploading these.
Yeah, give me one sec. Let me get it. So yeah.
Right.
So that's his face. Now, if that was a reflection from the light of a camera, this is a screenshot from a monitor, so you can see the white glare underneath where the rabbit is.
Yeah.
So that's Matt took it from off his computer with his phone. Now you can see the intensity of the glow on his face, and then it fades out around the edge. If it was a reflection, why is the bench and why is the tree not lighting up like that? So let me take that down 1 second. So look, there's nothing else glowing, but in one of the other pictures, I don't think you can see it. I don't know where it is, to be honest. His hand is glowing exactly the same.
Yeah.
So if you go back to last week's stream, I couldn't get the angle right. I thought the tree was on the right. When we go back, I need the tree on the left and the bench on the right hand side.
Yeah.
So
it looked right to me, though.
Yeah, it's one of them. You think you're doing it right, but we did try and redo it, and it was nothing like that. And you can see same torch as what I used last week. I have 3 exact identical torches. You can see where it stops, like around the base of the bench, and that's the edge of the tree. So you can just see where the white glowing bit is in the middle. It's like you can just see the nose, him looking down. You can see the part of his chin.
That was the weirdest night. One of the weirdest nights.
That was very strange.
Night, Steve. Sorry, I didn't get to type that.
Good night, Steve.
Sal's asking, do either of you believe there's a rogue planet out there called Nibiru? I'm not sure, really. I've heard a lot about it, but not really looked into it as such.
No, the thing with space, I'm not that convinced.
Yeah.
Because as you probably all know, I don't believe we went to the moon. And if we did go to the moon, it was wasn't in a rocket, it was in via a portal, some sort.
Yeah,
Stargate,
I don't
whatever you
I don't
call
think
it.
we went. Look
If
at
we
the
went, we didn't go in a metal space rocket or whatever you want to call it.
no.
It was transported there differently.
Yeah,
Same as if any of these other planets that we go to that are hundreds of thousands of miles away.
right.
So
Okay, so this is the original picture of the man at the wedding
right,
photograph. So as you can see on his shoulder, on his left shoulder,
yeah,
some sort
it's
of
like
dog looking. Yeah,
but yeah,
so that's the close up, a bit clearer.
right. I was going to say it looked like pareidolia because it was green and it kind of went in with the markings on that sheet
I
or
think
whatever it is
somebody's
behind it.
obviously zoomed in and cleaned the photo up because the original's quite like a 70s photo's quite hazy,
Yeah,
isn't it?
right. Well, can you see the eyes on that? And they've got that yellowy glow.
Yeah,
Add some greeny orange to that, and that's what I
yeah,
see. And that's how them eyes, that Anubis thing I was looking at, were looking at me. But it
yeah.
didn't have its mouth open, didn't see any teeth.
But if you look at where they stood, how would a dog be there? That looks like kind of is it some stairs or something?
Right. Even if he's only what 5 foot, I mean, he's not 5 foot, but say he was
No.
5'8", that
Yeah,
dog's at least 5'4", 5'5".
yeah, yeah.
That that looks like a blanket or something, like a
I don't-
sheet going over something.
Yeah, I don't know what it, like I say, I know it's from a wedding photograph, but I'm not sure what that is. But anyway, whatever it is, there's no room behind
Did
for anything.
anyone speak to the people in the photograph or the person that took it?
Don't know. I think it just sort of one of them things that pops up on the internet, and then you're left wondering what the hell it is.
Well, the thing is, you can see the teeth, you can see the fold in its tongue,
Yeah,
nostrils, everything about it.
its eyes look a bit wild though.
Yeah, you'd take a dog to a wedding.
Well, yeah, I've never seen a dog at a wedding.
Well, I have, but not that type of dog.
Well, obviously not that kind of dog. Anyway, the less said about that, the better.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
Right. Nicknames wanting to know Black Knight satellite. Any thoughts? That's been hovering about for quite a number of years, hasn't it?
is it something like they reckon about 10,000 years or something?
Something like that, yeah. Is it space junk? Is it
Yeah,
part
but
of
the shape of it
it's
hasn't
too
changed.
angular, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's
it's
too
too geometric.
geometric. I need to go find that now.
Too many straight lines, and
I like
they
to show
say,
people things.
yeah, they say in nature doesn't have any straight lines.
Yeah.
So going off that theory, it's too calculated.
Yeah.
I don't
Right.
know.
Let me pick one of best pictures. I've got the pictures.
Could it be a time traveler?
I don't know. I don't really know what it looks like. Right, let me.
It's like a person in the jetpack who isn't a person, but it's that kind of shape.
Yeah. Right, I'm going to get it from a couple of different. Mind you, it's not different angles. It's just that they've turned the photograph.
He
Oh, hang
was
on.
a drug addict.
A what? Right.
Sorry, Blue Shift put he was a drug addict. I don't know who. The dog.
It's photo dogging. Right. BK.
Didn't see that.
Right, let me see if I can upload them now. Add overlay. I'll have to take all these back off after.
It's fine, leave them on. You can put as many as you want on there.
Yeah, I know, but then it gets a bit choked up, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, just want to say a massive thank you to everyone who donated last week. Made a massive,
Yes.
massive difference. And it's made it easier to do the Haunted House next week. So, thank you. You know who you are.
Yes, you do know who you are.
Yeah.
You know who you are. Right. We're getting somewhere now. I shall be back with you any second.
Them?
I've got them. Right.
Right. Do you want to put them up?
That's the first one.
See, that looks like the Batmobile.
Yeah.
Vertical position.
They're all pretty much that shape. But this is it a bit closer up.
Yeah, now see. Because it's not just black, it's got them silver bits.
But it's been photographed by the International Space Station, and it's just kind of like, I don't know.
It's just
Obviously, things
there, isn't it?
Things get into.
Let me just put the smaller one on. That's just zoomed in version, isn't it?
Yeah.
Same picture.
They're all pretty much the same, and the ones that I thought were taken from a different angle are just it's the picture that's been spun round.
Yeah.
So they're not. It's just the same picture that they've kind of swizzled round. But just
yeah. Well, could it be an actual being?
Don't know.
So do you know, like these organic UFOs that, like when Vanessa's on, it's like the UFO is actually alien. It's like we transform into whatever they need to in whatever dimension they go into. A lot of whatever's in that, but I don't know the proper terminology.
Yeah. It's
But,
just
yeah.
can something get stuck in an orbit kind of thing and just be floating about?
Oh, could it be that because we're in the third dimension, we're seeing it in a three-dimensional form and not its true identity? So if we was in the fourth or the fifth dimension, would we see it completely different?
Right, yeah.
Would we see the rest of it? Like a drawing. A drawing's 2D, so you see it flat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you don't have any depth. Even if you do 3D drawing, you don't have any depth. You cut it out, it's flat. Yeah. So you've only got length and width. So in 3 dimension, you get the volume. So the fourth, fifth dimension, so on and so on. Would you then get extra to what we're seeing in this picture now?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with it. Sorry, just going back to that. I've lost it now.
So that's got wolf markings, like the black streak down its nose and the top of its head. It's like a black cap on it.
Blue Shift's saying the guy in the photograph was a drug addict, but once he saw that photograph, he changed his ways.
Right.
That's what that was about. When you said he's a drug addict,
right?
That's what he meant.
Yeah. Yeah. So, do we see it how our dimension perceives it? So we're not getting the full picture.
Yeah. Oh, excuse me. Yeah. It does make you wonder.
I'd love to see it. The thing is, there's tons and tons of footage and photos from all around the world on that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of footage from China and Indonesia of it. So,
it's just there's that. It's massive. It's the rabbit hole, isn't it? You start looking into stuff, and then you get more answers and questions and answers, and you never really get anywhere.
We've got the white rabbit in the top corner.
Yeah.
Deep down the rabbit hole.
I do like stuff like that because it does fascinate me, like reptilians and shape shifting and things that shouldn't be but they are, and
out of place.
Yeah,
not just objects, but living matter.
So. Like the 2 men in black going through the hotel doors looking for that whoever they're looking for.
Yeah.
And then they actually caught them on film coming in and out of the building.
Yeah.
Both looking the same.
Saying that. Yeah, identical.
Yep, creepy.
But like Skull Guy.
What hairy snake, Joe? Oh, I don't know if I want to
know.
know.
You're on the wrong channel, Joe. You need to go back.
It's not porn, love. Save that for after we've done the live stream, if you don't mind.
Yeah. None of that on here. We're clean living people, I'll have you
yes,
know.
we are. We're not quite godly, but we're clean living. Oh. We only eat crisps and drink pop.
I've definitely not read the Bible, put it that way.
No, I've read bits of it.
I know of it.
Yeah, you've kind of like heard of the book, but you've never read it.
And it stops there. I know the Good Samaritan.
I have got a Bible. We were on about this the other week. Everybody seems to have a Bible, even if they're not religious. I've got one upstairs.
Oh, when we in secondary school, when we started, we got a Gideon's Bible handbook or whatever.
Yeah, the
The
little one.
little red.
Yeah,
Mum, you can have that.
yeah, cut for that.
That's the second one I've got. Your brother gave me one 3 years ago.
I want to know why they always have them in hotel bedroom drawers. What do
No.
they think you're going to get up to in
Oh
an
no,
hotel?
not the hotels I stay at. They have pizza menus.
No, I don't know where that originated. I'm going to have to find out about that now, you see. I don't know where that originated from, unless
What's
anybody
that?
in the chat knows. It was a
Oh,
green
the back.
hairy snake, apparently, this snake.
Yeah.
I like snakes.
Yeah. Sorry, 1 second.
I don't know if I'd like one if it was hairy, though, because they're lovely and smooth, the snakes. They're gorgeous. As long as they're friendly ones. I have been attacked near enough twice by a snake, different snakes.
Oh, I nearly ran one over.
Put me off a bit. Did you?
Hmm.
You sure
The
it wasn't a
way-
piece of hose pipe?
Definitely. I actually jumped out the van and followed it into the grass.
What, on your belly?
Oh, ask me why. So I just started this job where I was, and it was coming to the end of summer. And this was in Norfolk again. And driving down, and there's like a primary school on my left. It's like
Yeah.
right in the country. I was on the phone to Becky, and I'm going along, and I've seen this like a bit of tube, but it went
Right.
from the right to the left hand side, and it was doing. Don't laugh. It was doing snake shape as it didn't walk across the road, as it moved across the road.
Oh my God, I want one of them.
And it
Sorry.
was about, I'd say full length was about 5 foot. It was either dark green or like a khaki, browny, greeny colour.
Right, like a grass snake.
No, it's like that, like a brown snake.
Right.
Oh no,
Okay.
like a walking stick, that colour brown.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. Is it beet? No, not beet. Yeah. Oh, don't know. Whatever. Anyway, walking stick brown. We'll go with that. And so I jumped out the van and I could hear it hissing as it went into the grass. And I thought, that could have been any snake. It could have been poisonous, could have bit me, it could have been something that's escaped from someone's house. It was a good.
40 foot long?
No, it was about, I'd say, stretched out, it would probably be about 5 foot.
Right.
And the thickness of it was thicker than a racer tyre.
Right,
Not
yeah.
as thick as a mountain bike. So somewhere mid-range.
Somewhere in between.
The two. It's definitely a snake. I thought it was an adder.
But it did have a calculator with it.
But I said, as it jumped out of the van, it's like grass banking. It went down into the field. I just seen the back of its tail. And I thought, could have grabbed that and threw it in the van.
Yeah, that'd have been handy, wouldn't it?
That would have been a story on its own.
So it didn't, because you worked out it wasn't an adder because it didn't turn around and shout, Andy, what's 2 + 2?
Hey.
Right, I was going to say, if anybody's got aversion to snakes, don't look, but actually it doesn't even look like one.
Oh yeah,
I
I've
want
seen
one
that.
of them. That looks like, what were them toys?
Oh, yeah, on the invisible string.
String, yeah, that you like danced about. Looks like one of them.
Yeah, you do that with it.
Yeah.
You can't see me doing it.
No, you can't. I can see you doing that, but nobody else can.
You do that with it.
Yeah, that's right. And it looks like it's going through your fingers.
Yeah, there was out when Slinkies were out. And
that's right, yeah.
Kind of stuff.
Yeah, there were a name for him, but I forgot what it is. That's just really weird. I bet it's fluffy, though.
Yeah.
Oh, I want one.
Nice. I don't like that colour green. It's like off green.
Shitty green.
Yeah, like snot.
Snot green.
Yeah. Right. Come on, guys. We've got 5 minutes left. What are your thoughts on the question that I asked you at the beginning? Shadow people, could they be remote viewers or even time travelers? What do you all think?
Yes. What do you think? What's it all about?
To me, it makes sense, either or both.
Possibly, yeah.
So,
I'm still getting over the snake pick.
just about to say, we had a break.
Yeah, we have had a break.
Yeah. Don't feel like it.
Did you nod off?
Probably fell
you were-
asleep at some point.
You were busy doing something, that's why.
Yeah, reading. Hey,
What?
I actually read script, right?
Mm-hmm.
Without sounding like I was stood up in front of a school assembly reading.
Yeah. Oh. Nightjar. I thought that was a bird. Who's cock? Hang on, I've just seen the word cock. Just a minute. I missed that. Grinch's cock.
Yeah.
Look, you see, we're getting pornographic now.
I know, that's Umbra. Umbra and Joe.
To behave yourselves, I'll be wielding my slipper again.
Yeah. So Joe's put, or could there be residue of past people? No, I don't think, because the too interactive.
What?
We're on about shadow people now.
Oh, right, okay.
I think they're too interactive with what's going on in our time.
Right.
Rather than like a residual ghost where they replay over and over of what they did when they was alive or whatever. I don't know. I'm just guessing, but could it be? I don't think it would be a repeat of what they're doing, because people see them in different places and doing different things.
Yeah.
Like popping up behind the sofa or coming out the closet or going through a gap where your door is.
Or stood behind the bathroom door and you open it and say, oh, sorry, and shut the door on it.
And then it's gone. So
yeah.
Yeah, I seen, like, I'm talking about the black mass shadow people, the solid black ones.
Yeah.
Because I've seen the transparent ones, which to me that was a spirit of someone that had passed.
Yeah.
100%. I couldn't think of it being anything else. But these are the ones that interact with what we're doing now.
Yeah.
So if they are, I'm not saying remote viewers or even time travelers, or could be something else completely, then are we only seeing part? Same again with like the Black Knight.
Yeah.
Are we only seeing part of them because they're not fully exposed in our dimension? They're like kind of part in ours and part in their own at the same time, which apparently has been proven that it's possible to be in two dimensions at once and know you're in both dimensions.
Yeah.
So, I film UFOs is put like smoke, but no, these are like solid.
No,
like I said, like this, it's solid. You can, it's not smoky. It's not like veil or net curtain type thing. It's like you can tell it's a solid black mass.
When we lived in Bradford, that one that I saw, it wasn't a hat man. It was a shadow figure, but it was solid black, like Vanderblack black.
Yeah, like jet
and it was
black.
Just normal sized. I don't know, 5. No, actually, it could have been about the same height as me, and I'm 5'11", maybe just a little smaller. But it was just like you'd see the outline of a person, like a jelly baby, but obviously, behind arms and legs. And it was just stood there as I opened the door.
Yeah, because you've got these ones like these devil hounds as well, just gone off slightly off topic, but
with
comparing the colours, and they have like smoke and that coming off them.
Yeah.
So they're solid, but there's like a smoky thing around it. But I'm not I mean, like, you get a ball of black plasticine and it's solid black. There's no residue or anything coming off it. There's nothing dripping off it, no smoke.
No.
It's not transparent, not even like 1%. It's just solid black right the way through. As like Joe said, blacker than black.
Yeah.
So
it's all very strange.
It is.
And I don't think we're going to get any answers.
No.
Well, you never know, actually.
Well, so one day, because there'll be still
we'll
something else to investigate.
We'll have nothing to talk about in them, will we?
Right. Just messaging me, barber.
I just thought your hairdressing out while you sat there. Never mind all these people that have come to see you.
Well, I'm booked in for 9 o'clock. He just said, can I do 9:30?
Yeah, you won't want to see him take his hat off.
No, I had it cut for 2 months.
Yeah, I saw him spend 5 minutes tucking all his hair into his hat.
I can tuck it in my ears.
Yes, that's true, Ruby. Yeah.
What's that?
Depends who the answer comes from, right, Deb?
Don't get what you mean.
Anyway, we've gone over 2 hours now.
It's all right. A couple of minutes won't harm anyone. This means I stay up an extra 10 minutes.
No what?
Doing all this, putting it on website and putting the next guest up. Oh, speaking of which,
Oh,
there we go.
it's just reminded him.
Deb's trivia.
Deb's
So
what?
on the 8th, so I've already said, but those that weren't in the chat earlier, next week we're starting at 10 o'clock. So it's 10 p.m. till midnight.
Because it's a live investigation.
And we can't get into the property till about 9:30, 10. So it's going to be like, I know some of you probably won't be able to do it, but it's just that's the only time we can do it. And I thought it should probably be better hitting midnight doing it.
Yeah.
Don't be cheating now, go through your paperwork. See ya. So on the 15th, because I wasn't sure whether we was going to do one then or not, who have we got coming on, Deborah?
It's Jay Austen.
No, he's not well.
You said you were going to send me the list, and you've not sent me the list.
Because then this wouldn't be funny for me.
No,
I think you will. It's
not funny at all.
Yeah. So,
what month are we in?
Nicknames just said, can you fill in on the house investigation? What is the history? There is an interview that I've done with Gemma that lives there now, and she tells us a bit of the history and things that have gone on there. That's on for 6 minutes. I'm going to put that on at the start of next week's stream, but I am tempted to put it on midweek at some point.
Right.
But I might be really horrible and just keep it for the Friday.
And the 15th is Jim Goodall.
Yes. And who is he?
He's a bloke.
Who's your mate? Who's his mate?
He's got a very famous mate.
Yeah, a very Area 51 famous mate.
Yes.
Goes by is it Robert Lazar or something?
Bob Lazar.
Yeah. He's mate.
Robert Lazar.
I know. So Jim Goodall, isn't it? I think he's ex-fighter pilot. He used to fly the Blackbird, and in fact, you know what? I'll give you a sneak peek.
There he is.
The guy.
That's the bloke.
And with another famous friend.
Fabulous.
And that's him in the Blackbird. A young me in a Lockheed CIA A-12 Blackbird.
That's a plane.
I know. And then this one up. SR-71A Blackbird.
Wow.
And him with some random dude back in 2015.
Bob Lazar.
Sat in a bar. Sat in a bar with Bob Lazar.
Oh, can we have rhyming ones every week?
Yeah. So that's who we've got on the week after.
Yeah, 15th.
Yes. So cannot wait.
There you go. That's told you.
No. Warren's put he never flew it. I don't know. I'm just guessing.
Pictures or he never flew it.
Look, he was sat in one. To me, he flew it.
I want to go in a stealth
bomber. Saying that, I've been on a bus, but I've never driven one.
Yeah. I was going to say I've been in a lorry, but I've never driven one. But I have driven a lorry. I want to. Do they still do stealth bombers, or is it just that we can't see them?
Probably. Yeah. So, Jim's on in 2 weeks.
You made me laugh.
You're up and through it. One of those little polystyrene ones with a plastic
propeller on the front. Comes back to you when it gets 2 foot away.
used to cost 10p in 1978.
Yeah.
So I'm told. Yeah. So, sorry. Yeah. So, so quickly, I'll do the investigation of the history of the house. So the guy that used to live there took his own life, and Gemma that lives there now is they're friends of the family with his parents. They live around the corner. They've not had any contact with him, but he has there's a lot of stuff in the house.
Yeah.
Stuff will vanish, then it'll reappear. He'll move the lampshades. She lives there on her own. She's gone home, and someone's been laying on a bed. You can lay on top of it. You can see the shape of someone that's been laid there. You get a lot of cold spots going on, and yeah, being poked and tapped, and
Yep.
yeah, all that.
That's a lot of activity. I had one of them with a little parachute on it.
Yeah. I used to throw mine up and they get stuck in the telegraph wire on the yeah.
You weren't supposed to wang them that high, Andy. Andy Wang. That's where you got your nickname from.
Right.
We've got some community tonight. Love that.
So on that note, we're gonna go.
We're gonna go.
Deborah's being me, and I'm gonna go and soak in the corner somewhere. No, I'm not. I've got loads to do.
He is.
Probably am.
He's really. He's gonna say a few and then cut his feed off, and I'll just be sat there on my own.
Yeah. So yeah, thank you to Deb for coming on. Thank you, Joel, for doing all the mod. Thank you, everyone, for the great questions.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you to all the new subbies.
Yes.
The new coders for joining us tonight. Doesn't get any better than this, by the way. This is
This is the pinnacle.
This is right at the top. Down over.
Yeah.
Why do you think we've got all these guests coming on just to make us look good? Sorry, I've got one on me now. So yeah, it's been great. Considering we had to literally throw this together.
Yeah.
In 3 days, I think we did all right.
Yeah, I think we did.
Wednesday. So Wednesday is Decode night, and we have the most special guest of all time. You could never even imagine who it's going to be.
Never.
No. So you want to tell him?
Well, it's the one and only Joe Weeks.
Oh yeah, the dog woman herself.
So what we're going to do, Joe, is we're going to have you on, and then me and Andy are just going to go, and then you can talk about what you want.
Yeah. I said don't tell her.
Sorry. Damn it, I've spoiled the surprise joke. Can't keep things to myself.
Yeah, myself. She won't be laughing when she sat here on her own. Yeah, so yeah, has been a good one tonight. I really enjoyed it. Great questions. So massive thank you to everyone. 8 o'clock Wednesday.
Yes.
10 o'clock Friday. And sorry, 1 second.
Oh, is somebody trying to contact you, Andy, through your head?
No.
Have you frozen again?
Oh, I'm just checking my calendar. I've got a calendar. I've got a virtual and an actual.
Oh God.
I've had to write it on it. I'll talk about fanny pack everything.
And on that note,
we definitely
should leave it there.
So massive thank you to everyone.
Yeah, thank you.
See you on Wednesday.
You will.
And we need to make Joe laugh. So
yeah.
Good night, everyone.
Night, everybody.
See you later.
Bye.